What's up, guys? I try not to make this video too long, but I was making a video here because I've had a couple people ask me, like what's the best way to market, best way to, advertise for your company or whatever, most successful way or whatever. And, honestly, I don't really know what the most successful way is to advertise for your company. I don't really know what the most effective way is because it's different for everybody. I mean, I don't just rely on one service or one aspect in a sense. I don't rely on one way to work for me. I rely on multiple ways. I've got flyers that I've stuck out. Not necessarily flyers that I go door to door. I mean, I have done that before. But I don't necessarily put flyers out on people's houses or anything. I don't necessarily just do one thing. Like I said, I do a bunch of things. And there's a ton of ways that you can advertise for yourself. It's just you've got to be willing to put yourself out there. You've got to be willing to do something. Lawn care is not hard. I mean, it's not hard at all to make money cutting grass, and it's not hard at all. The hardest part really is getting enough clients so that you're constantly busy. And for me, when I first started, I got a lot of clients that were just clients. I mean, they were just customers that didn't necessarily need service or want service. They needed service. I had somebody tell me on Facebook last year sometime, find clients that want your service and not necessarily need your service. And that's totally true. But at the same time, when you're first starting out, you've got to get those clients so you can make money, so that you can buy more gear and buy better stuff, so you can offer to the more elite type of clients. If you're just starting out and you just got a push mower in the back of your car and a little trimmer and a little handheld blower, then it's going to be hard for you to, golly, UPS truck's loud. Yeah, it was UPS truck. It's a little hard for you to go to larger homes, half an acre homes, or, it's hard for you. I mean, you can do it. You can push mow any house, but, when it takes you an hour and a half, 2 hours to do 1 yard, and then you got to drive 15, 20 minutes to the next house and then do, another hour and a half job, it wears you out really, really quickly. So it's going to be difficult for you to do, say, 10 yards in a day or something like that. I mean, and then it depends on your availability. I mean, if you're part-time, then of course you're not going to want to overload yourself to whereas you're not able to get all the clients done in a timely fashion. But for those that have the time, and for those that, like I said, I mean, if you start out, and you've got a push mower, I mean, then you should set goals to either, buy a walk behind, or buy a 36-inch walk behind, or a 48-inch walk behind, or buy yourself a zero turn. I mean, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you can't cut commercial with the residential mower, but you can't find a commercial mower for like $2,500. I mean, you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get you a Home Depot card, and put one down, or put one, and choose the 0% interest or 6 months, same as cash. And it's a lot easier to pay $2,500 versus paying $7,000 for a mower. I mean, yeah, if you have the yards, then it's no big deal to go finance a $7,000-8,000 mower. But if you're only making $200 every 2 weeks because you've got 20 clients and they're bi-weeklies. So you're pretty much doing like 10 clients a week, and we'll just do numbers. We'll just say at $25, you're roughly making what? 25 times 10, $250 a week. So that's $500 every 2 weeks. Well, I mean, after you if you have a second job and, and it's not a big deal, then that's totally cool. But Snowflake, my cat over. I'm not trying to make this long, so I'm just going to cut it right to the point. Basically, what I'm saying is that different ways to advertise that are going to be successful it's more than just one way. There's not just one way that's going to be just super successful. You're not going to be able to just get in the phone book and be like, bam, now I got 80 clients, 90 clients, 100 clients. It's just it's helpful. But if you're in the phone book, if you're in the newspaper, if you're in putting flyers up at gas stations and Walmarts and Kroger's and whatever other supermarkets that you have, if you're using Craigslist, if you're using flyers going door to door, I wouldn't necessarily say door to door is the best way, but like say if you're cutting one house, if you're cutting this house, that's a normal regular client, well knock on the next door's neighbor's house and stick a flyer on there or talk to them. I mean, and another thing is that if you offer other services, my phone's ringing. I don't know if this is recording. Yeah, my phone was ringing. I don't know if that. I guess it continued to record. Anyway, what I was saying is that if you offer other services, like if I come, like I've gotten clients where I've gone and done a tree job for them, and then their neighbors need tree service as well. So, you can just leave a flyer on their door, saying that you do tree work, or really they'll just see the work that you did. They're like, oh, wow, that looks good, and maybe your client will refer you to them or whatever. That's a good way to generate leads. I mean, like for me personally, my company, we offer more than just grass service. We trim trees. We do lawn aeration, we fertilize, we do leaf cleanup, we do garden tilling, we do mulch. So, I mean, if you're in an area where everybody gets mulch done every year and everybody gets, the trees trimmed back and everybody gets their lawn aerated, well, when they see that one customer is getting it done, well, then they may call you or they may want your services as well. So, in my opinion, I feel like, if you put yourself out there in more than one genre pool, I guess, or whatever, if you put yourself in more than just one, if you put yourself, like for me, like I did radio ads, I had radio ads going out earlier this year, and I actually did the radio ads during March Madness. We have the University of Kentucky Wildcats. They're a pretty popular basketball team. So that's when I had my radio ads going during the game. So that the people could hear while they're listening to the game in their car or whatever, they would hear the radio ads. And, I do Craigslist ads, I do different stuff because different people do different stuff. I had a company call me this morning actually, and they were on the phone trying to get me to do one of their services. I can't remember what it was, but, they were like, yeah, we're calling you and blah, blah, blah. And we looked at your Google Plus account for your company and you have over 109,000 hits. It's like, wow, that's really superior, And I was like, well, I mean, I have a YouTube channel and I mean, people probably go to there and, I have a Facebook channel. People go to there too. So it's probably a mixture of that. I'm sure it's not mostly my clients, but that helps you rank, it helps my business. So when you Google up residential mowing in Lexington, Kentucky, if you do that, I should pop up number 1 on the first page. That helps me out. I mean, having a website, having a business number, having your number on the back of your shirts, like for me, I got my number on the back of my shirts. I have the number on the back of my trailer. So when I'm driving through traffic, I mean, if somebody needs lawn service, bam, it's right there. I have a website. So if they need service, they can just look it up on the website and then maybe they can contact me. I mean, I have these flyers right here, that I stick out, and it lists all the services that I offer. It's got my phone number. It's got the website. I have cards that I stick out everywhere. I try to be seen at places. I have yard signs that I stick out at my houses. Let's see here. I don't know where they are. I mean, I have a bunch of them over here. These are just the cheap ones that I had in some areas, but I took them down, because I used to start out at $25 yards, but now I don't have many $25 yards unless they were $25 yard from the beginning. I don't have many, and I dropped a whole lot of $25 clients because now I have a lot of weekly $30 and $35 clients, $45 clients, and they're no bigger. The yards are no bigger than the $25 yards. It's just that for $45, weekly, I can do less. I can have not so many yards where I'm working every day and still make the same amount of money, but now I can spend more time on my client's house. Then if they're available, if they can afford to spend $45 a week getting their yard serviced, then they can afford to get mulch. They can afford for fertilizer. They can afford aeration. They can afford all those type of services, which is going to in return generate more money. They can afford to get their trees trimmed. When you go to clients and they're trying to kick your tire, they're trying to kick the tire, they're trying to test the waters, they're trying to say, oh, well, I'm on a fixed income and I can only afford X amount of money. Well, when you say that you can only afford X amount of money, that means that you only have so much money available for a lawn care budget. So if that's the case, I mean, it's okay when you're starting out, but once you start realizing, hey, you know what? I want clients that I can offer all my services to. I want clients that are going to want their house power washed. I want services that are going to want their lawn aerated. I want services that are going to want mulch, not this year, but next year and the year after and the year after. And I want clients that are going to want me to pay extra money to make sure there's no weeds in their gardens or there's no weeds in their flower beds. You want clients that are going to pay extra money to come through and fertilize or to come through and spray weed killer, or you want clients that are going to give you a tip. I have a guy that I charge $30 to cut his yard, and he gives me a $5 tip every time I cut. So it's pretty much a $35 yard, and he's a weekly service. He doesn't have to tip me, but to him, he's like, the service is $30, and he's giving a tip because I do good work. You want clients that don't mind. Not and like I said, I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of rambling, and I said I wasn't going to keep this long, so I'm going to not try to ramble so much. But like I said, pretty much there's no one way that's going to generate the most income because for me it's different. I live in a city, my city alone, just the city that I live in. I live in Lexington, Kentucky, and it has over 300,000 people just in my city. Within a 30-mile radius from my house, 30 miles around my house, there's 300,000 people. Then you can go outside the city. You can go 5 miles outside the city and there's 100,000 people in one city, 15, 20,000 people in another, and yada, yada, yada. So I live in a city that's big. Some of you guys may live in a small city where there's only 50,000 people. So you may have to travel a little further. So for me, just getting houses just around in my neighborhood. I mean, I think there's like, I don't know, 10,000 people within a 1 mile radius of my house. 1 mile radius, there's 10,000 people, 10,000 homes that I could potentially get clients to. When you have clients that are close by, you can make more money because you don't have to drive so far. There's all kinds of different ways. Like I said, I was just trying to put it out there, give you little ideas. I mean, I don't even know if I helped you out or not. I don't know if it was if it was beneficial. This may have been 15 minutes of a waste of time for you to listen to. I don't know. I'm just trying to offer some advice, I guess, in a sense. I mean, not really an advice. I mean, because I don't want to be a how-to kind of guy, or I don't want to be, I don't know what's going to be successful for you. What's going to be successful for you, honestly, is hard work. If you're dedicated to your job, if your job is cutting yards and you're dedicated to it, you will become successful. I mean, depending on what your success rate is. For me, I'm not successful yet. I'm not going to be successful until I've gotten to where I've got all the equipment that I want, and I'm at a point to where I'm got multiple crews, and I've got, full-time help all year round. Then I'll be successful. Right now, I'm still at a point to where I'm trying to make enough money so that maybe if I'm not working for 3 or 4 months, I'm still able to go out to eat, or I'm still able to pay my bills. I'm saying I'm able to save up some money for stuff like that. You can still buy equipment and things like that. But I'm doing okay for the amount of time that I've been in business, and I'm doing okay for the fact that I do spend up time recording my show, my yards. I mean, it's difficult when you're I thought my phone was going to call ring. It's difficult when you're at a house and you're spending an extra 10 minutes recording the job. That takes away from the work that you could be doing at the house, or that takes away from the time that you could be going to do another house. But I do that. I do take bunches of pictures so that I can post them up on Facebook. And I just made a Twitter account because Facebook keeps on making me make pages because somebody keeps complaining. But it's okay. It happens. It's part of it. When you're doing good things, people don't like it. It's just like every video I make. Every video I make will get thumbs down. It's okay. I mean, you can't make every video you make and get thumbs down unless it's the same people that have thumbs down in your videos. I mean, it's just how it is. And that's okay, because you still viewed my video. When you click on it, you still view it. So it doesn't bother me any. It used to. And I've said that in videos before. And again, I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this such a long video. I'll probably make another one a little later on today or something. It's kind of cold outside today. It's like, what was cold this morning? It's like 34 degrees or 35 degrees last night, this morning. But, like I said, if you want to generate money, look on YouTube, learn how to do other stuff, learn how to fix your equipment. That's going to save you money in the long run, because when you're down and you got to go out and pay to have somebody sharpen your blades, that's money that you could save to buy a new trimmer, or to buy a pole saw, or to buy a backpack blower, or to buy postcards, or to buy whatever it is that's gonna help you out. Buy a laser printer. I bought a laser printer last year, 2 years ago, because I knew I was gonna print off stuff. I print off invoices when I go to houses, so that way I can drop them off at the house. I can let them know what their bill is, even if they're paying. I got one of those little booklet receipts, so when people pay me cash, I can still write them a receipt. So that way it makes me look more professional. You got to pay for shirts. I bought long sleeve shirts. Look at these long sleeve shirts that go under these. Now, I want to buy long sleeve shirts, but until I get some, I just bought t-shirts to wear up underneath of these. I got the logo. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Moyo Yard. That is my company name. This is not just something it's not a name that I use on Facebook. This is my company name. I am a LLC. You can look me up. I'm legit. I got insurance. I am registered in this state. I pay taxes, all of that. Anyway, it's 18 minutes. I didn't mean to make such a long video just talking, but anyway, I hope I was able to help somebody, give you some information or whatever. Again, like I said, these are not the best ways, or these are not the only ways. I mean, there's some ways that I didn't even discuss. There's ways that people are doing things. They're going through like Home Advisor, and I think I had this company. I can't remember the name of the company now, but like I said, they called me and they were offering for $245 a month. They can do this, and that. And I was like, $245 a month? Golly, that's expensive. I mean, that's expensive. Considering that for $245 a month, you can get you $245, you might be able to get you a 15-second ad somewhere on the radio, or on a generic TV show or channel or something like that. Look at your local. We got like KET, which is Kentucky Entertainment thing. I don't know. KET. You can get an advertise on there. I don't think it's that much money. Go to the news. I think the news is like, I don't know, man. I think the news was like $1,000 for like a 15-second spot or something like that. And I don't know. There's different ways. People in different areas are successful in different areas. I mean, like I said, Craigslist, you can get on Craigslist. I mean, you may not be able to be successful in your area. You might have an area where people don't get on the internet. So some of those things may not be as successful for you. Who knows? I can't tell you what's going to be successful for you because I'm not you. I'm not in your area. I'm in my area, and I'm trying to be successful for me. You have to try it out for yourself. You have to be a businessman. If you're a businessman, you will figure it out. You will look on YouTube. You will figure out what's going to be successful for you. You will try different things. You will do different things because you're a businessman. You're smart. You're not the employee. You're the employer. As the employee, you do what people tell you to do. As the employer, you do what works for you. You don't do it just because somebody on YouTube that's popular or whatever tells you how to do it. You do it yourself. And that's the difference between successful people and people that want to be successful. People that want to be successful are followers. They're following other people. And people that are successful are the people that are being followed. If that makes any sense. I don't know though. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Don't want to say it, so I'm not going to say it. But if you want to keep watching my videos, you know what to do. If you like my video, you know what to do. If you don't like my video, hey, you know what to do too. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't like my video, hey, you can dislike it. But if you don't like my video, just don't watch it anymore. Just click the subscribe button, because if you're subscribed and you don't like my videos, you can unsubscribe and you don't have to watch any of my videos. You can actually even block me so that I don't even pop up in your feed no more. It's how it is. You don't have to just dislike my videos all the time. I mean, it don't matter to me. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. You can like and dislike. Hey, dislike it. Dislike it. Hey, you still viewed it? Anyways, guys, peace out. Appreciate you watching. 21 minutes worth of talking. I told you I'm not going to make it too long. So, anyway, yeah. Take care, guys.